Good day traders, welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you for watching my videos and let me hope the previous week was a successful one. So in today's video, we are going to make a monthly forecast together with our weekly forecast because we have ended the month of August. So we have to look at the best possible prediction for the coming week and for the coming month. So let's start with Forex Factory. We look at the economic calendar. On Monday, the 2nd, we are having a bank holiday for the US dollar. That means it may be a consolidation day. It's a no trading day for us. We just look at price action and how it will be making the manipulation for the month. On Tuesday, we have PMI news, the US dollar, but since it's an NFP week, uh, such news we stay aside and see how it will affect the market, and maybe we see the setup it will bring in. But mainly we are looking at the Friday news, which will be NFP. So we want to see what NFP will bring in the markets, and we follow the direction or we follow the trend it will bring in. On Wednesday, we also have some red folder news for the USD, and on Thursday we have an employment claim for the USD. So there are some red folder news for the USD throughout the week, but we know these news always create some move, and it's NFP that normally makes the big move. So we could see this news creating some little bit of moves, counter trend of NFP. Then NFP will come in and make the right move. So we have to wait. NFP week, we are conscious. If you are to trade, you trade on Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday you stay aside because Thursday normally sets in a move for the NFP day. So let's go to our charts and we'll look at the forecast. So on the monthly time frame DXY, we are still in this range, which we don't know when it will end. We expected it to break this low, and we target these lows. However, price came, swept this low, which was not among our expectations. So price came in the previous month, it didn't close below this low. You see, it's a clear sweep. And in our trading strategy, we know that whenever price takes out an external range liquidity, it goes to seek for internal range liquidity. So whenever price takes a major low like this, a major swing low, we don't expect price to continue to the downside or to the upside. If it's a major high, we expect some little bit of pullback into the range, and this is what price is doing. There was a sweep of liquidity on a monthly range low, so we are now seeing price going back into the range. How far will it go? We shall try to look at the lower time frames to see the picture and know how far it may retrace into the internal range liquidity. So the major trend or the overall trend on the monthly time frame is bullish because we had this nice move to the upside, and after that move we took out these major highs, and we expected price now to come into the internal range liquidity. So on the monthly time frame, all this is a pullback to the internal range liquidity, and we know the characteristics of pullbacks. They are not always smooth. That is why we are seeing in such kind of move to the downside, because pullbacks are not so volatile, and they always tend to range to take out some traders who are following the move. So we have reached the fair value area. The fair value area is when you tap in the swing highs that were recently broken. We broke these swing highs on the monthly time frame, and now we are retracing. So when we come back into these swing highs that were broken previously, that is all. This is a fair value area. So in this fair value area, we are looking for context areas which may push price higher to follow the major trend of the higher time frame, which was bullish. So we had this fair value gap, and it is still holding. So the monthly time frame has reached into the major area of context, and it has rejected several times upon reaching this area, and it has now come back into the area. We are seeing a sweep, not a close, a full close, body close. So what do we expect for the coming month? Well, if we are to respect this now, which we may call the support area, then we expect price to trade a little bit higher to the upside. How far will it go? We have these areas of resistance that we have created already here. So we may expect price, if it is to go higher, to come into these areas of resistance, or even follow the most recent trend, which was an uptrend on the higher time frame. So we have to be so conscious, especially at the beginning of this month. We are seeing price respecting a major area, and whenever it comes into this area, there is always a bullish trend that is created. You see, it came here, there was a bullish trend that was created, it came back again, a bullish trend was created, it came once again, and another bullish trend was created. It came again into the same area, and a bullish trend was created. So it has now tapped in and swept the low, which is one of the most significant key points I can give. It has swept, and this sweep may result into another bullish trend. So you have to, even if you still have your bearish bias for the DXY, you should now start having some signs of bullishness, because we are on a major support area. So leaving that aside, let us go to the weekly, and we see the possible areas where price could retrace to on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly DXY, uh, you still see that this support area is holding. It is the major support area because we are moving sideways, and whenever price is in a range, we tend to trade the major support and resistance areas. So it is holding, and this previous week closed bullish. We expected it to close bearish, but just because of the sweep that happened, that's why we are having it closing bullish. So since the last week closed bullish, what do we expect for the coming week? Well, we still have this fair value area. I told you, any major low or high that is taken and the price closes below it, that becomes a fair value area, and price may want to retrace back into that fair value area. So we still have this major fair value area on the weekly, and the price may retrace. We have this fair value gap, which may create some resistance in the coming week. But if we are to trade lower, this fair value gap should hold. So should it violate this fair value gap, then price will definitely have to go and retrace into these areas of concern, or this whole order block. So we have to be curious, we have to be observant with how price is going to react with the move from the monthly time frame. So I cannot go below that because we are in a fresh month, we are in a fresh week, so we have to curiously observe how the monthly time frame will start and how the weekly time frame will start. Then we shall drop to the lower time frame like the daily, midweek next week, to internalize how it will be reacting with price. So let's go to the Euro USD. Uh, on the monthly time frame, we are seeing the same because the overall trend previously has been bearish and price has been moving to the downside. So when price came and took out these major lows, basing on our trading strategy, whenever price closes below or sweeps a major low, there has to be a significant retracement. And this is what we are exactly seeing. That's why we are seeing price uh, going in a very ranging pattern, because it is trying to make a pullback respecting these major lows that we are taking. So if there was a change of character, then we expect uh, price to have a pullback. Then upon the pullback, we can follow that trend. This is an overshoot, and we expect price to go back into its major trend to the downside. So if we are to trade higher on a monthly time frame, in this fair value area, where should we trade higher? So we have already tapped in this fair value gap, which we expected to hold, and there was an order block on the monthly time frame, which is also holding price. So these two areas were the areas of concern on the monthly time frame, which are still holding price, and they have not held it once; they have held it several times. So since we have tapped in on the monthly time frame and we came to sweep this high, so it was not a body close on these highs. Price only came, swept the highs, and it is going lower into the range. So we expect price to come back into this support area. So price could make a retracement on the monthly time frame into these support areas. So however much we had our bullish bias, we should now start having some bearish bias, looking into how the coming weeks will show us the manipulation, how far the manipulation of the month will look like. So you have to go into next week, NFP week. We could see a very big manipulation, and please be conscious of it. So on the weekly time frame, we still uh, see that we have potential areas of pullback. So price may want to come and make a pullback into this area, or overall we could come and we make a pullback into these areas like this order block, which is a very big order block, or we come into overall this order block and price will be sweeping these lows. So if we are to pull back on the weekly time frame, respecting what the higher time frame has shown us, these are the areas that we are looking at. Remember last week closed bearish, so in normal price action we don't expect this coming week to go bullish suddenly. It has to come into these areas of context to respect them. We even have another order block here to respect such areas, then to go higher. So the coming week, we could see some bearish, or we are bearish on the Euro USD. We could see some bearish pullback on the Euro USD. GBP USD on the monthly time frame, uh, we also had the same pattern. We also had some clear taking away of these laws, which were broken, and price had to close below them. And what happens? Price now came back into the range, to pick internal range liquidity on the monthly time frame, and which it has been respecting several times. And we also have this order block here, which price came, tapped in, and went back. So on the monthly time frame, we even see that price did not manage to close above this swing high, which was the highest high, or the highest swing high. So it made a sweep. So this sweep could bring in a retracement to where? A retracement to such areas, such order blocks. So that is why I'm saying that you have to be careful not having all that big bias before price comes into these areas of context in order to go higher. So we have to see curiously, since we have so many red folder news in the coming week, we have to see how price will be interacting with such areas of context in order to go higher. However, now we can go into the coming week with some bearish bias. So on the weekly time frame, if we are to retrace, we already see that there is this fair value gap which is created on the GBP USD. So price may want to come into this fair value gap, or it may go lower into this order block. So that is my prediction, and why price in the coming week may want to trade lower on GBPUSD, EURUSD, and higher on DXY. We have swept a major low on the DXY, and price has to come back into the monthly range to pick internal range liquidity. Very like on Euro USD, we have swept a major high, and even on GBP USD, we have swept a major high. And we know in our trading strategy, whenever we sweep a major high on a higher time frame, we have to come back into the range to pick internal range liquidity. So that is why we are going into the coming week with bearish bias in order to respect the areas of context. So it's NFP week, and our major role, or our one of our major rules in our trading strategy, NFP week, we don't normally look for good moves. We wait for the big news to set for us the market direction, and we trade according to the market direction it will have set. So with that, I will be coming in to make some more analysis of the week, depending on how the week will unfold. And I wish you a nice trading week. May the markets move with you.